My favorite, hakao.
Mapo tofu, fried tofu, sweet and sour tofu. Di ba? Daming klaseng tofu.
Galing.
Oo. Pansit.
Chef talaga, alam niya iba't ibang klaseng tofu.
Pansit,
Kasi kung ako yan, tofu lang. Tokwa.
Pagkanin-kanin lang. Alright, sige. We're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch.
Starting our countdown is the wedding on everybody's lips right now. Batangas Governor Hermilando Mandanas has married a lawyer 48 years his junior in an extravagant church wedding in Batangas City. Among the notable attendees of the wedding are President Bongbong Marcos and First Lady Liza Marcos. In his vow to his new wife Angelica Chua Mandanas, the 80-year-old governor said he is ready for a Christian family with her. Mrs. Mandanas promised that she will always listen to her husband.
We are both ready to raise as good Christian the children whom God will give us. And that is really the essence of our union, of our marriage. To have children, to be open to having children, that we would raise in a Christian way.
And if there's one thing I'd ask of you, it is for you to promise to stay for as long as you can so I can grow old.
Sumikat yun yung vow ni Mrs. Mandanas eh. Diba?
Attorney.
Attorney sabi niya, please stay
for as long as you
so
can.
I can grow old with you.
Oo, yun. Diba?
Sikat yung ano na yun.
Ang daming talagang...
True love at its finest.
Oo, hindi at saka ang tawag, kasi this is, di ba, alam mo naman tayo mga Pinoy din eh, yung mga usapin ng pagdating sa edad. Di ba, kasi nakasanayan natin na mas matanda dapat yung lalaki ng ganitong edad lang. Kapag naging mas matanda yung babae, issue yan. Pag mataas ang age gap ng lalaki sa babae, issue din. Ngayon nga, parang sinasabi natin, in-normalize natin na, di ba, magmamahal ka kahit anong edad yan. Siyempre, dapat of legal age. Parang ikaw, di ba? Laki ng tanda mo sa akin.
Anong laki? 9 years. Hindi naman 50 years tulad ni Gob.
Kaya mo sila.
Sila 3 generations apart. Tayo 1 lang. Millennial ka. Wala man ako inaano sa kanila. Pinag-uusapan natin yung comment mo, tapos kakabigin mo ako ng ganyan. Kung hindi lang
diba? So happy.
Hindi lang Mother's Day na sa Sunday,
Bakit? Ano gagawin mo?
Wala. Bigyan kita ng regalo kasi anib din natin.
Sige. Ayusin mo yan.
Yes po.
May tumatawa dun sa gilid. Natatawa
Yes,
ako.
boss.
Sige, let's continue our countdown. And of course, syempre, congratulations.
Congrats.
For our top 9, punta tayo sa sports. Creamline School Smashers take Game 1 of the 2024 PVL All-Filipino Conference Finals. The Cool Smashers overcame the tough challenge of the Chocomucho Flying Titans. Gemma Galanza emerged as the player of the game with 20 points, built on 18 attacks and 2 blocks. Creamline aims to finish off the series and claim the championship, while Chocomucho seeks to bounce back and keep its title hopes alive. Game 2 will be held on May 12 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum and will be aired, of course, on One Sports.
Right, let's move on to the next. Stopping at the 8th spot, the third most wanted fugitive in Quezon City was arrested on Tuesday. The Quezon City Police nabbed Delfin Dolatre in Barangay del Monte around noon. Dolatre is facing at least 72 child abuse and sex-related offenses. He was among the 6 people with standing arrest warrants who were apprehended by the police earlier this week. Wow, 72 offenses of child abuse and sexual-related cases. Dami nun
This is kumbaga parang, diba, the other day ba yung pinag-uusapan natin that the Norway will support the Philippines in
Yes.
terms of combating online sexual abuse.
Oo.
Diba? At sabi nga nila, they're there not just yung for the word of support, but also yung for training yung mga authorities
Yeah.
natin
Oo.
in terms of handling the evidences, etc.
Mas lalo na kasi transnational cases are so hard to investigate and litigate, 'di ba? So with a partner, if you're partnering with other countries, mas mapapadali ang paghuhuli ng mga transnational sexual abuse cases.
Alright, let's continue our countdown. Uy. Hindi pala tayo countdown. Brunch break pala tayo.
Welcome to our second episode of Brunch Break.
Segment natin yan.
Segment
Dahil
yan.
yun na nga, nabanggit mo kanina, malapit na ang Mother's Day, ay meron tayong makakasama ngayon na isang amazing mom.
Amazing mom. Yan, makichikahan tayo with celebrity mom Diane Medina. Now joining us live via Zoom. Gandang umaga, Diane. Thank you for
Diane.
joining us.
Hi, good morning. Hello.
Ayun, it's so nice to see you and thanks for joining us today. Siyempre, tanong ko muna, ano bang plans niyo this coming Mother's Day?
This Mother's Day, we're just going to have a simple celebration. Baka we will just eat out with my family lang.
Yun. Then I'd like to ask, no, anong pinaka-challenging part sa pagiging mom? Kasi you have a kid now and you have one on the way. So, ano yung mga
Yes.
difficulties? Oo.
Well, kasi syempre many parents value both family life and their career. So lalo na ako since I'm used, to work every day with
Right.
Segway pa.
Yes.
And it can be, difficult to achieve yung healthy work-life balance and find time for your own needs. So to overcome this challenge, it's important to set priorities, delegate tasks whenever possible, and to carve out time for your self-care. Lalo na ngayon challenging kasi Diego, you've mentioned may on the way ako, so magiging dalawa na sila.
Yes,
so medyo challenging yung part na yun.
Oo nga pala, congratulations.
Congrats.
Oo,
Thank
yung gender
you.
reveal ninyo,
Oo.
girl yung 'di ba, yung baby mo ngayon.
Yes,
Oo.
baby girl, finally, kota
Finally.
So meron pa bang susunod sa baby girl?
na. Okay na siguro.
Sabi niya,
Okay na.
kota na daw siya.
Kota na,
My
kota
boy
na.
and my girl na.
Oo.
Sige, sige.
Na-bless na ni Lord.
Yan talaga yung pangarap ni Diane na sinasabi niya. But yun nga, recently kasi you went viral, Diane, di ba? Doon sa issue ng paglalagay mo ng inflatable pool sa loob ng inyong bahay. There were mixed reactions regarding that.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about it?
Kasi yung backstory nun, Angel, it started kasi when Joaquin wanted talaga to swim. But it was so hot outside. So nag-worry ako dahil ang dami na sa mga news about heat stroke, even babies na mamatay. So
Yes.
as a mom, takot na takot talaga ako. And then I thought of why not put the pool inside the house since yung carpet naman namin is due for cleaning na talaga dahil yung dog namin in and out and due na talaga for cleaning. So sabi ko, sige, pwede naman ang basain ni Joaquin since lilinisin naman na siya. So many people reacted kasi bakit daw hindi na nilagyan ng sapin or bakit hindi nilagay nila daw sa semento. Siyempre bilang nanay, takot ka baka mauntog yung anak mo or kung ano nung mga naisip ko. So ginawa namin ng paraan ni Daddy Rojun. Pero nung wala ng araw, lumabas na si Joaquin with Daddy RJ. Nag-swim na talaga sila sa swimming pool outside. So yun, marami lang mga bashers, marami lang din mga nag-react about it. For me kasi, yung way ko ng parenting, syempre iba-iba naman. What saddens me is yung mga netizens, they judge you, on what they base their opinions on just one posted video because they don't even know us personally and they don't even know my son personally. So it saddens me. May mga nagsasabi pa na patola daw or nagko-comment back ako. Yes, I would do that kasi it involves my son already because they were all parang bashing Joaquin na. So parang pag anak mo ang involved,
Yes.
iba
Right.
na yan. Siyempre bilang nanay, lalaban talaga ako. Pero kung ako lang ang titirahin or si Daddy Rojun, it's okay. Pero pag anak ko, iba yun.
Yes.
So kasi ako, Angela and Diego, my sister-in-law kasi is a Montessori teacher. So ever since yung pag nagkukwentuhan kami, I always consult her also.
Yeah.
Naniniwala kasi kami dun sa freedom within limits na parang you can give your child freedom but also with limits and boundaries.
Right, no? Totoo ka dyan. No?
Yeah,
Bilang
yeah.
isang magulang din, maintindihan mo na, okay lang, ako na, i-persecute nyo, wag lang yung
Hindi
anak ko.
correct.
Diba? Pero yun nga, yung pag-post mo after, I think a day after of this, na nag-viral tong story mo, na nag-post ka ng may isang malaking inflatable playground sa loob ng bahay nyo. Is that your clapback sa social media sa mga bashers?
No, that's actually just my way of saying that this is my house, my child, and my rules. Na parang no one can ever tell you what to do as a parent or as a mom. As long as you know kung paano mo napalaki yung anak mo, na may limits and boundaries. Kasi ako, Angela and Diego, I always live by na lagi ko iniisip na you will never have this day again with your children.
Yes, correct.
Kasi may quote na ganun tomorrow they will be a little older than they
Right.
were today. So this day is a gift, so enjoy today because it will be
Exactly.
over before you know it. Kasi lagi akong ganun na life is too short, enjoy your kids, cherish the moments. Ano naman yung pinagbigyan mo sila ng isang beses, hindi naman yung pag-spoil sa anak mo.
Exactly.
As long as you know your limits and boundaries.
I
Totoo
agree.
yan.
Oo.
Kasi we have a teenager right
Yeah.
now. Tapos na yung ganyang moments namin. Ikaw with your Joaquin and yung baby mo pa on the way.
Well, pero I'd like to ask Diane. Diane, we all know you're an actress and a host and of course, nag-anchor ka rin. Pero you built a very strong social media presence as well. Was this deliberate on your part to build a social media presence or did this happen by accident?
The one that I posted,
Hindi, I mean in general, kasi malakas yung social media following mo eh. So parang social media celebrity ka, you're also a celebrity sa TV sphere. Sinadya mo ba talagang tahakin ang mundo ng social media?
hindi naman. Parang, bigla na lang gano'n. Hindi ko rin alam kung bakit gano'n yung
Tapos
social media
nag-mompreneur
presence din.
pa
Pero,
siya.
kasi syempre parang okay na rin yun dahil nag-change na rin talaga yung times and ito na yung parang yung normal din. Everything's on social media na din. So
Yes.
parang okay na din siya talaga na, to make content din na to inspire. Kaya lang, yun nga, parang syempre hindi rin naman natin masisisi yung iba to give their opinion.
Yeah.
Pero yung sa kasi with regards to your question, siguro nahatak na lang din ako ni Daddy Rojun. Kasi napakahilig nun mag-TikTok, tumaas din talaga yung social media followers.
That's right.
Oo. Pero yun nga, going back to being a mom, tayo, di ba, we are the same generation at iba yung pagpapalaki sa atin ng mga magulang natin
Same
as
generation.
compared today, 'di ba?
Yes,
that's correct.
'Di ba?
Totoo yan.
Kasi more of like yung kinagawian natin, yung talagang disciplinarian parents, 'di ba? Yung magpaparusa pag hindi mo ginawa yung ganito. Ngayon
Mga
kasi
palo.
exactly, there are advocates right now who are promoting positive parenting. What can you say about that?
Siguro kasi there are different types of parenting. There's authoritative, disciplinarian, may neglectful, di ba? Meron yan eh. Siguro, I am leaning towards gentle parenting. Yun na din kasi yung may mga sa society natin may mga lumalabas na ganyan na hindi mo naman kailangan sigawan or scold yung anak mo when you're trying to discipline your child. Iba-iba kasing attack yan. So yung mga nag-attack din sa akin sa SOCMED, iba-iba rin yung mga opinions nila. Meron mga nag-comment na mga hindi pa nga mommies, may mga nag-comment na mommies na, meron din namang mga teachers. So iba-iba yon, to each of its own, I guess. And I think whatever works for you. Siguro, yung sa akin talaga is I live by yung freedom within limits and boundaries talaga. And kami ni Daddy Rojun, we talked about it kasi minsan lang magiging bata yung anak namin. And we want talaga to give the best for Joaquin and ma-enjoy niya. Something
That's right.
na mapupunta sa core memory niya, maaalala niya paglaki niya. Kasi hindi na siya babalik sa ganyang age. But may carpet, may furniture, may sala, you can always replace it. But yung childhood memory, yung core memory ni Joaquin, you can never get it back. Hindi mo na mababalik yung oras na
That's
yun.
a nice one.
Totoo. Right on.
Yes.
Ika nga. Pero yung nga siguro, mensahe na lang, Diane, sa
Yes.
mga mommies out there, also dun sa mga new moms, di ba, na ngayon ay finding challenges.
And
no,
Mother's
in this,
Day on Sunday.
Oo, the challenges in this role. Tapos, mensahe mo din sa mga moms na magse-celebrate din ng Mother's Day this Sunday.
So, to all the mamas out there, to all the pregnant moms also like me, know that you're doing a great job. You are a woman contributing not just, on the continuation of life, but we are here to help shape the future of this world by being good parents and role model to our children. So it will start from how you take good care of yourselves emotionally, physically. Kaya ang pinaka main message ko sa ating mga mommies to always please prioritize your health and always have me time because it's really important. And just slow down, continue, and be a good one. Happy Mother's Day po sa inyong lahat. And again, know that you're doing a great job.
Yon.
Yon.
On that note, thank you so much for joining us today, Diane Medina. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yon.
Bata-bata pero ang dami ng...
Ang daming wisdom na pulot
wisdom.
natin dun sa interview na yun. Totoo na yan.
Naging automatic talaga when you have a kid. May level of maturity.
Ako, I believe in that there's no exact, kumbaga, ang tawag doon, textbook para sa pagiging magulang. And you learn being a parent, being a mom along the way.
Yeah. Kaya nga, I also agree with Diane, yung sinasabi niyang yung core memory ng family. That's why minsan kung may alitan kayo, let go of it na kasi your child will only be, pag malapit na mag-18 yan, di ba? You have to enjoy yung natitirang oras. Might as well enjoy it in love and peace and harmony.
Oo, totoo yan. Sa lahat ng mga moms ngayon, happy
Mother's Day.
Saka sa mga mommies natin na talagang, sila yung hero sa ating mga buhay.
Correct.
Diba?
Hoy, ito, great news pala to all music lovers and concert goers. Legendary music icon David Foster returns to Manila on June 18 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, where he is set to perform timeless classics with Catherine McPhee, Brian McKnight, and All for One with JV Dicena and Joaquin Garcia. You can buy your tickets now at ticketnet.com.ph or call 8911-5555.
Coming up, who is Bamban? Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo. The mayor's lack of education and medical records raised some senators' eyebrows.
And the Supreme Court has declared red tagging as a threat to life. But why is this not enough for some lawmakers?
We are just getting started. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. Good morning. You're still watching Brunch here on One News.
Okay, good morning sa lahat ng viewers natin. Gary Field, Michelle, di ba? All of our viewers. And it's a Buddha's Belly Day.
Yes.
Because we're celebrating Mother's Day in advance.
Oo nga. Thank you so much. Kainin pala natin.
And our
ito.
1-year wedding anniversary.
Yun na ba yun?
Hindi naman, sinasama ko lang today kasi this May 12 ang wedding anniversary natin 1 year ago. Oh.
Sige.
Nagbablush ka na naman.
Continue our countdown.
Ayos ka. Going straight to our top 7, Senator Raffy Tulfo urges the PCSO to reveal the identity of lotto winners. Tulfo says the public should know the winners to dispel allegations that the games are being manipulated. The senator leads the Senate investigation into the supposed irregularities in PCSO games. The agency, meanwhile, insists that their lotto operations are transparent, fair, and authentic.
Kung akong tatanungin, I would prefer na may publish yung pangalan at katauhan ng mga winners. Dapat yan sabihin na at ipakilala kung sino yung mga winner kasi wala namang nasa batas natin. Wala sa batas natin na pinagbabawal yun.
Hindi, wala sa batas pero I think what is being is a right to privacy and security. Like in the States, dati, mga lotto winners, ini-expose sila and may mga incidences na nakikidnap, minsan napapatay pa or nakukuha ng pera. So, parang it's not a federal law but may mga state laws that says option ng lotto winners whether or not i-reveal yung identity.
Magpa-reveal or not.
Pero kung ayaw daw magpa-reveal, meron way of validating na hindi fake kasi may mga marshal sila that check the identity. A outsourced marshal either from the city hall.
Yun nga. I was gonna say that kasi I'm all for transparency.
Definitely.
I'm all for, getting down the truth behind this na kung totoo ba talagang may mga nananalo o may mafia ba sa likod nitong mga kasi ba sunod-sunod yung mga panalo, yung mga iniimbestigahan yan sa Senate hearing
Yeah.
'Di ba? So I'm all for that. Pero yun nga siguro i-check din natin yung doon sa sinasabi na ma-reveal yung identity ng mga lotto winners. Siguro po pwede meron kang third party that will check verification. Yun
Kasi
lang pero to announce it in public parang ang hirap din nun.
Kasi tignan mo case in point. Let's say you win 80 million pesos. Let's say lang you win 80 million pesos. Wala kang option of privacy. Pinicturean ka. It's plastered on the broadsheet and the TV and the commercials ng PCSO. Di ano na nangyayari? May open access na alam ng tao. Si Angela Lagunza nanalo may 80 million yan. You're going to live forever na may security, nagtatago, maingat kang buhay mo dahil wala kang privacy. Diba?
Ako, yun lang. Magkaroon na lang siguro sila ng third party authority to verify.
Na walang vested interest.
Kung totoo bang may nanalo, diba? Legit ba yung pagkapanalo nitong individual na to? And nandun pa rin siya, nakapaloob pa rin siya sa Data Privacy Act. Diba? Yung parang ganun ba yun? Pero ang hirap din kasi, diba, number one, na lighter note, naku, puntahan natin si nanalo. Wala ba tayo dyan?
Hindi utang Wala ba tayo dyan?
Wala ba tayo dyan? Di ba yung mga ganon?
Yun lang naman. Pero I agree naman with Senator Tulfo about we have to find a way to make sure na...
To get to the bottom of this.
To make sure na very transparent ang system to remove kung ano yung maagam-agam ng mga tao. Kasi they may lose their income, yung PCSO, if people don't trust the system.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on to the next. Sitting pretty at the 6th spot is our economy. The country's economy grew at a faster pace in the first 3 months this year. However, it missed the economic manager's target growth rate due to extreme heat. Shaila Francisco with the report.
The Philippine economy grew 5.7% in the first quarter of the year amid stubbornly high inflation and elevated interest rates. This is higher than the 5.5% expansion recorded in the fourth quarter of last year, but below the government's 6 to 7% target band for the year and below analysts' expectations. The National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA, said extreme heat curtailed economic activity.
From the start of the year, we have been experiencing several shocks. The major ones being the long period of the heat wave, and related to that, the El Nino, and geopolitical tensions. We must acknowledge the moderate growth in our domestic demand, which reflected the less favorable business sentiment. Construction slowed down, no doubt affected by prolonged periods of extreme heat. Household spending also slowed.
For a consumption-driven economy like the Philippines, a decline in household spending is bad news. And the Philippine Statistics Authority said the current figure is the weakest since 2010, excluding the pandemic.
Yung household, yung consumption kasi siya talaga yung nagdadala ng growth. Karamihan ng, kadalasan ay usually about 75% kasi ng ekonomiya ay paggastos or consumption. So, pag bumagal siya, when we see this mainstay sector slow down, talagang hahatakan niya yung buong GDP number. Pero yung price levels, baka masyado mataas pa rin. So, that could actually be hurting or slowing some of the spending. Baka nga, medyo gipit talaga yung mga households.
Still, the Philippines remains one of the fastest-growing economies in the region, tied with Vietnam and second only to India. NEDA says it is working with utility companies to manage the supply and demand for electricity and water. And NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan says the outlook for the economy in the medium term remains bright. Shaila Francisco, WR1 News.
I actually want to look yung sa data ng PSA kasi I understand yung spending nag-decrease.
Yeah.
But that's in terms of goods kasi. Baka kasi naman na-reallocate lang yung spending ng tao. Number one, tumataas ang electricity bills. So instead of going out, they spend more on aircon or electricity bills. Number two, bibili ng electric fans instead of going out and shopping and buying this.
Electric fan na lang,
or
bilhin
aircon na
natin
lang.
yung
So you have to take a
aircon.
look at that also kasi baka naman ganun ang nangyayari.
Yes.
And other people pala kasi yung pinag-usapan natin, I think kahapon,
Yesterday.
yung mga those who work na required na ma-expose sa heat, may mga araw na hindi na sila pumapasok.
Yun, nabanggit yun ni NEDA Secretary.
Kaya nga yung income bumababa.
Anong industry yun? Agriculture, construction, at saka anong isa? Tatlo yun na it requires somebody to go out.
Yeah, yung mga field engineers natin, when they work pa naman, usually mga tauhan nila per day yan. So if you cancel or cut short yung construction day nila for kunyari 1 or 2 days, may 2 days na nawawalan income. Diba?
So yun nga, 'di ba? Yun yung pinag-uusapan
Uy, mga
talaga
rider
dito
natin.
na although maganda yung that's right, o maganda yung economy, may nakikita yung growth, at the end of the day, yung nararamdaman ng masa, yung importante, 'di ba? Presyo ng bigas, presyo ng krudo, 'di ba? Pamasahe, bilihin, etc.
Yun nga daw, inflation may be slowing down and improving within the metro. Ang problem is, if you take a look at the inflation basket, ang hindi nag-i-improve are certain food products that are staple to our middle to lower class. Kaya nahihirapan pa rin ang tao.
Di ba nga recently there's a survey here na marami pa rin na porsyento sa mga Pilipino consider themselves poor. Di ba? In terms of, like, especially here in Metro Manila, medyo tumaas yung porsyento na yon dahil nga walang access, di ba, sa pagbili ng pagkain. Medyo bumaba doon sa area ng Mindanao because meron sila yung tinatawag na home production.
Yeah.
Pag gutom sila, pwede silang kumuha doon sa pananim nila, pwede nilang lutuin yung alagang not naman pet ha. yung ayusin mo.
Yung may alaga mo.
Mag-alaga. Yung mga, kunyari, kung may piggery ka dyan, o may alaga kang mga manok, diba? Yun, pwede. Pero sa Metro Manila, you cannot do that.
Wala mang piggery. Merong cattery, doggery.
Joke ba yan?
Family
Joke ba yan?
No.
Pero hindi,
diba?
On a serious note, totoo yun, yung pinag-uusapan natin, until now, yung mga kababayan natin ay ramdam pa rin, diba, yung hirap ng pagbili ng mga pagkain dito sa atin. Kaya although may nakikitang konting growth, it's still, ang importante dito of course, tumaas din yung mga bilang ng mga walang trabaho, di ba? Pinag-usapan natin yan. 2 million nung March. 2 million Filipinos walang trabaho.
Yeah, and of course, rice. It's a staple. It's supposed to alleviate hunger. It's supposed to be one of the cheapest staples kasi you cannot buy ulam masyado, bibili ka, you compensate on rice. But now you cannot even compensate on rice masyado because it's very expensive na rin ng per kilo.
It would lead na sa mga tao na pupunta sa Bangko Sentral para kumuha ng pera dahil sa isang pangako na sinasabi.
Hey, Prince.
Diba? Ganun kahirap ang Pilipinas.
Pangalan niya si Prince, ano?
Nakalimutan ko na. Don't ask me about names.
Go.
Alright, let's continue our countdown. Now, stopping at the 5th spot is AstraZeneca. The pharmaceutical company will withdraw its coronavirus vaccines worldwide. Now, the company announced this decision as the demand for their jabs declined for the past few months. AstraZeneca noted their vaccines are not updated to target newer variants of the virus. AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines were among the first ones that arrived and distributed here in the Philippines. In an interview with One Balita Pilipinas, health spokesperson Albert Domingo said they are still waiting for AstraZeneca's formal request of withdrawal in the country.
In the Philippines, we are independent. Of course, we have our own Food and Drug Administration. Inaantay natin yung application for withdrawal, kung mag-withdraw man sila, if they will decide in the Philippines.
Yeah, if you remember, AstraZeneca jab, Sinovac ang mga nauna.
Sinovac tas AstraZeneca.
Ano yung atin? Sino and Pfizer.
Pfizer.
And tatlo yung atin eh. Tapos may bivalent pa tayo So magpo-pull out sila. Kasi inamin naman AstraZeneca that they did not update into yung mga
di ba nagkaroon ng mga variants kasi yung COVID-19?
The weaker variants.
Oo.
Hindi daw sakop. Ang sakop ng AstraZeneca were the first few variants. Yung mga lethal ones. And ano yung second variant na less lethal?
I forgot na eh. Pero yun nga, ang ano mo dyan, ngayon din kasi to be honest, wala na rin naman masyado nagpapa-vaccines against COVID-19, eh, 'di ba? Because I think at some point we have developed not naman immunity, pero yung kaya nga bumababa yung mga variants na lumalabas, hindi na kasing tapang ng mga una nung 2020.
Wala na yung first variant na yung killer eh. It's mutated into weaker variants na it's to a point na sooner or later it's going to be like a common flu. Parang regular flu ka lang.
Yung yung testing kits, you can buy that over the counter na.
Oo.
Before, 'di ba, pahirapan, ang mahal. Remember those days? I cannot believe it's 4 years ago.
I was 4 years younger.
'Di ba? During that time na pati mask 1,000 isang box, 'di ba? Yung mga mask na mga binebenta. So, ayun.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the next. Eto, medyo mainit sa top 4 natin to Senators grill Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo over her alleged link to Pogos. Senator Risa Hontiveros pointed out Guo's lack of education and medical records. Guo said she was homeschooled but could not recall the name of the institution that provided her that service. The mayor added that she has no hospital records because she was born at home. The probe comes after 2 Chinese Pogo hubs were raided in her town, which are allegedly being used to hack government websites. Guo denied any involvement but admitted to having shares in the firm but owns the compound in the past.
She lied. There were several questions where she lied. Yung pinaka-stark and shocking example ay yung dininay niya na may connection siya sa Hongsheng. Nandun na nga sa mga dokumento ng municipal government na siya ngayon ang pinuno.
Well, there's nothing wrong with yung lack of educational attainment kasi baka hindi naman, some people don't afford it. Public service, you're allowed to serve naman eh. Pero yung nagiging issue nga yung medyong mapapaisip ka lang ng konti is because wala talagang proof of identity. Walang proof of identity. Parang parang bean sprouts na bigla na lang tumubo.
Oo. Di ba parang sino ba to? Kasi biglang naging mayor pa siya doon sa town ng Banban.
Naging mayor and yet walang backup story to prove her identity.
Basta businesswoman ang tag sa kanya kasi nga siya daw di ba may mga hog racer siya doon sa area.
And she has shares sa compound kung saan yung Pogo.
Pero sabi niya, on her side of defense, yung share na yun, nilet go na niya nung siya ay kumandidato bilang mayor nga, tas nanalo siya. So, wala naman daw siyang link doon. Yun yung sinasabi niya. Kaya lang, syempre, if you watch the hearing yesterday, lahat nung tinatanong sa kanya ni Senator Risa Hontiveros regarding her identity, laging sinasabi niya, nakalimutan niya, diba? Saan ka nag-homeschool? Kasi sabi niya, nag-homeschool ka. Pag nag-homeschool ka, kailangan may affiliated ka na
up to high school,
educational
diba?
Institution.
Diba?
So, di daw niya alam kung saan or
I think I would remember where, if you were homeschooled, I think you'd remember kung saan ka na homeschool. Kaya medyo magtataka ka talaga doon.
Tapos may mga ano siya may mga vlog siya actually. If you
Vlogger
would,
siya.
Research about it.
Okay.
Mag-vlog siya, meron siyang YouTube channel.
Matigin nga.
Meron
I wanna
siyang A Day in the Life.
Okay.
Na favorite niya, tuyo,
Ang dami
kainin
mong
in the
followers.
morning. Hindi ko masyado nakita yung
Matigin nga.
tignan natin yun. So, I think this hearing will continue on kasi ito talaga ay regarding sa Pogo.
Yeah, wait.
And yung company na na-raid na sinasabi ni Senator Win Gatchalian and Senator Risa Ontiveros ay tied up sa dun sa mga nangyaring government website hacking.
We're not saying na si Mayor ay part of that.
Yes.
But of course lang,
Parang may mga connection pero
Senator Risa just
that's why
wants
there's
to-
an investigation going on.
wants to establish talaga kung ano yung identity niya. Give her the benefit of the doubt to check her identity. But wala kang proof talaga of identity, wala kang proof of education, walang birth certificate, di ba?
Meron late registration around 17 years old.
Kasi hindi niya maalala exactly yung nagpanganak sa kanya. Things like that. So, let's establish and look at other provinces. Baka may same situation na ganun.
Pero we just have to be careful na hindi ito matag na parang
No naman, we're not saying that. It's just that-
racism issue, di ba, xenophobia.
I think the senator is just covering her bases, especially given with the issues with yung heating tension sa West Philippines
nga
with China. We have to be careful na rin.
Alright, let's continue our countdown. Now coming in at top 3, the Justice Department's plan to hold a legal briefer on the possible moves of the International Criminal Court does not sit well with some senators. The DOJ earlier announced that they will discuss legal options with President Bongbong Marcos on how to handle the ICC's possible issuance of warrants against some Philippine officials, including former President Rodrigo Duterte. Senator Chisa Escudero believes these actions are not helping to cool down or mend tensions between the Dutertes and the Marcoses. Senator Sonny Angara shares the same sentiment, saying that the DOJ's move does not help solve issues being faced by the nation. He even speculates that this may have been meant to serve as a warning against former President Duterte.
Maybe it's a warning shot or something, I don't know. Parang nadidistract tayo dito sa tit for tat between the two camps. Diba? Imbis na mag-focus dun sa issues na, palagi ko, mas mahalaga sa ating mga kababayan, yung issues of inflation, diba? Issues of yung national security.
Now,
Ako naman, it's not DOJ's job to cool down the tension between
No, it's not.
President Rodrigo Duterte, former President Rodrigo Duterte, and President Bongbong Marcos.
It's their job. Silang dalawang
it's
panig
their job.
mag-ayusan.
Hindi nila trabaho yun.
Tsaka this comes at the heels of, a lot of political analysts will point out that this briefer comes at the heels of the hearing ni Senator Bato de la Rosa, 'di ba, yung committee hearing niya on yung issues niya at hand that involves sa drug list ni PBBM, tapos bigla magkaroon daw ng briefer. So syempre nabahira ng politika na eh.
Yes. Tapos yun nga, nireiterate naman ng Malacanang that their stance yung regarding the ICC investigation or warrant of arrest remains the same.
Yun lang nga,
diba?
yeah.
Ang sinasabi nila, ito ay objective analysis lamang. Ngayon, ang question dyan, yung pagpe-press-con ba ng DOJ, is that part of their SOP or not?
Yung briefers are part of the SOP every time something that will
Yes, pero
affect
kung press-con no, sabihin mo sa
foreign
tao.
relations. But I've never encountered, I may be wrong, but I've never encountered a briefer with several foreign-related issues. Usually kasi they keep that quiet eh.
Yun nga.
Especially if yung briefer hindi pa umaabot sa Pangulo at wala pang pinipiling option ng Pangulo. Why will you broadcast your moves to the media, which pwede i-pick up ng mga supposedly people involved. So, I don't know.
Pero yun ang stand ko dun, yung sa sinasabi ni Senator Chisa Escudero na ito ay will not help down to cool down yung mga or mend
that's not their
tensions
job.
between- That's not their job.
That's not the
diba?
job of the DOJ.
It's not the job of DOJ.
In the first place-
na makatulong na medyo mais yung tension ng dalawang politiko natin.
Tumigil yung nangaaway.
Yeah.
It's that simple, di ba? Quiet down ka na lang. Mag-usap na lang kayo in quiet. If you love that, both of you, I'm sure both of them love our country. O di mag-usap na lang sila quietly. Nang papatayan pa sila. Oo. Di ba? Oh. Ha? Ba't nakating?
Pero yun nga, ano ba?
Red and color.
Yes.
Okay. Don't go away because we're not done yet. May dalawa pa tayo. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on One News.
Kalimutan mo.
Alam mo, sasabihin ko sana kasi mga ka-brunch, usually, naalala ko yan eh. Nakalahati na kasi yung pagkain, pero hindi lalaki ang kumain, babae ang kumain.
Bakit? Gina-genderize mo na naman ang
Hindi,
pagkain.
kasi kami, on the negative side ka, basta mata ko, sabihin nila lalaki, pero...
Naaching ako.
Alam mo po, may isang very short story lang, unang nakilala.
Wala na tayong oras.
Nakilala ng daddy ko to. Sabi ng daddy ko, kid, itong parang construction worker kumain, ang
Wala
lakas.
silang pakialam dun. Yung
Sabi ng daddy ko, malakas ka daw kumain para kang construction worker.
Okay.
5 cup ng rice.
Ganun ba yun?
Tapos ang payat-payat.
Okay, let's continue our countdown.
Joke lang. Pagalitan tuloy ako. Joke lang naman. Ikaw naman. Ang pa-sexy mo naman eh. Anyway, let's move on to our top 2. Philippine officials downplay China's threat of releasing audio evidence of the so-called New Model Agreement in the Ayungin Shoal. AFP Chief Romeo Bronner says audio recordings can be easily manufactured by using deepfakes. He adds that these reports serve as a distraction from China's ongoing aggressive behavior in the West Philippine Sea. The Foreign Affairs Department, meanwhile, is cautioning the public against falling for false narratives. A DFA adds that these tactics demonstrate efforts to sow discord and confusion among Filipinos. Defense Secretary Guo Chodoro cast doubt on the alleged recording and blasted China for possibly recording the supposed conversation.
Given the propensity of the Chinese government to engage in malign information activities. At sila'y umoperate na pailalim kung totoo ito. Dapat alamin kung sino ang responsable dito at alisin sa Republika ng Pilipinas.
Alam mo, if you read the books of Sun Tzu's Art of War or 48 Laws of Power, one great way to destroy an enemy is to sow discord. Like Gibo Chudoro said, Secretary Chudoro said, sow discord among your enemies. Kasi kung nag-infighting kayo, diba, you lose focus kung ano yung issue at hand.
As
diba?
of now,
so they tried that.
As of now, we don't have the copy yet. No?
Yes.
Of the alleged transcript and
Yes.
audio recording na sinasabi ng China na supposedly agreement, no?
But sabi ni General Bronner, he possibly a deepfake, and I wouldn't be surprised because meron kang order from BBM to attack China. YouTube deepfake, di ba? So we have to be careful how we listen to these or how we react to these videos or supposed audios that are coming out.
O yan, sige, labas nyo.
Labas nyo.
Tapos check natin, di ba? If it's, kung yung authenticity, di ba? Nung legitimacy nung audio recording and transcript. I believe kasi, kunyari, may mga meeting tayo, mga importante, talaga naman may transcript yan eh. Di ba? Pagka nag-meeting ka. Unless it's an executive session.
Notes yung tinatawag
Oo,
nila.
yun. Unless it's an executive session, so bawal talaga yun. So, tingnan natin kung talagang
Minutes
totoo
of
ba
the
yan,
meeting.
may wiretapping, ano yan, di ba? Kaya lang nagkakaroon talaga ng, ang tawag dito,
Issue.
ng kulay, dahil nga kung hindi daw ito totoo, bakit nag-file ng leave
Yes.
si Vice Admiral Carlos, na sinasabi naman ng AFP sa hatay nila, nothing to do with the incident.
Hindi, pero mas nababahiran pa kasi ng issue yan was yesterday sa TBS, lumalabas na open-ended ang leave and no less than yung isang, di ba yung Admiral ba or something, yung leave niya is open-ended and then kasi ang reasoning nila meron naman daw replacement in an acting capacity. Usually open-ended leaves are not common sa mga top officials You supposedly naka-specify how long you will be gone. May sakit ba? If may sakit, 'di ba, palitan na natin. Usually ganun 'yan So a lot of questions are arising.
Tsaka
from
yung
this.
chain of command. Hindi naman po pwede na basa-basa lang papasok kunyari I'm sure alam ng China ang chain of command ng Pilipinas.
Oo.
Na ang kahit naman 'di ba, iba yung gobyerno natin sa kanila, but I'm sure alam nila 'yan.
Foreign policy issue
Foreign policy issue ka, it will the signatory there is always the president, course through DFA.
So, dadaan ka muna foreign policy, dadaan ka muna either NSA or DFA, and then dadaan pa sa presidente. So, no agreement is valid without the president's go signal. He is the chief architect of the nation's foreign policy. Very simple. So, I don't think naman na engot yung mga government officials natin, hindi nila alam. So, this is clearly a tactic to sow discord among our officials.
And we have to remember, itong naka-leave na to na si AFP Western Command Chief Alberto Carlos.
Yes.
Yun ang isang sinasabi pa ng iba na tinitignan nilang angulo is an appointee of former President Rodrigo Duterte, parang 6 or 5 months before he stepped down, diba? Bago natapos yung kanyang termino.
Correct.
So, ang sinasabi nila, baka mamaya dahil, ewan ko, I don't know. I don't want to say speculative statements, pero hopefully we can talk to somebody from AFP, diba, yung spokesperson nila, and mabigyan ng linaw din, follow up yung update dito sa mga nangyayari. Diba? So, let's continue with our countdown. Now, our top story for today is red tagging. The Supreme Court has declared that red tagging is a life-threatening act to an individual. But for some lawmakers who were previously red tagged by the government, this is not enough to protect their lives. Here's the report.
Red tagging is a malicious act of accusing an individual or a group of being a supporter or a part of a communist rebel group. Some activists and lawmakers were previously red tagged for their criticism against the government. The National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict or NTF-LCAC has been defending this act. They argued the Supreme Court does not consider red tagging as a danger to one's life. But yesterday, the SC has declared red tagging as a threat to an individual's life, liberty, and security. On the petition of activist and Bayan Muna Party List Vice President Sigfredo De Duro filed before them, the Supreme Court said that red tagging often results in life-threatening consequences like harassment and even death. That's why the SC orders courts to issue the writ of amparo to red-tagged individuals. In a statement, De Duro was pleased with the SC's decision, However, he admits that he is still scared for his life and security because of the consequences of being red tagged. Meanwhile, the Makabayan Bloc calls for a bolder action from the government regarding red tagging. Abolish NTF-ELCAC. The agency has been red tagging the lawmakers of the bloc for their criticism against the government.
At the very least, tanggalan ng budget. At the most, talagang i-abolish na, no? Wala itong naidudulot na maganda sa ating bansa. Buwagin ito, ilaan ng pondo sa batayang serbisyo.
Some lawmakers are not in favor of abolishing NTF-ELCAC.
Because of some of the programs of the NTF-ELCAC, like mga infrastructure programs po nila, mga medical programs po nila sa mga malalayong barangay, marami po talagang natulungan at nabawasan yung insurgency problems natin.
Aside from abolishing NTF-ELCAC, the Makabayan Bloc is also advocating for the passage of the bill criminalizing red tagging.
Kaya naman, dapat lamang talaga na para magkaroon ng mga mekanismo para mapanagot ang mga red tagger at makita nila na hindi sila untouchable. Dapat lamang na maging batas na ang House Bill 1152. Kaugnay din ito na nanawagan tayo ng hustisya doon sa mga ni-red tag and eventually ay pinatay.
Okay, before we move on and talk about this issue, yung red tagging, ay balikan muna natin yung issue, yung supposed audio recording. Yeah. Okay, so we have with us today, joining us, AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla. On the line, magandang umaga po sa inyo, Colonel.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong tagapakinig.
Yes, Colonel, thank you for joining us today. Ano po ba yung latest sa issue na ito? Talaga po bang meron tayong audio recording? Nasa inyong meron po ba kayong kopya nito?
Well, for the part of the AFP, ma'am, we do not wish to dignify the propaganda of China anymore. No? So we do not wish to further discuss this. Then let's just focus on the real issue at hand. This is their actions on the West Philippine Sea. Itong sinasabi nilang transcript, ay questionable pa po, no? Yung authenticity nito, or if it is fabricated. For all we know po, the telephone conversation in question might even be a big fake.
Pero po, kayo po ba, meron po kayong knowledge personally or as your as an official, as a spokesperson sa AFP, may narinig na po ba kayong ganitong audio recording na sinasabi?
For us, ma'am, no, we do not react on unsubstantiated, unverified, and questionable sources.
Yes, Colonel, if you don't act on sources like this, how po natin maimbestigahan at least man lang yung source nitong supposed audio recording para mapigilan po ang maulit ang ganitong sitwasyon?
Ang sinasabi nga po natin, sir, no, there are more pressing challenges at hand. This is to clear the propaganda from China to create disunity within us, no, sa ating bansa. So sana po hindi na natin palakihin ito at ang pag-usapan na lang natin are the real scenarios and challenges that we really have to face. Tignan natin kung ano talaga yung nangyayari sa West Philippine Sea and let us channel our efforts sa usapin ito moving forward.
Oo. Siguro, Colonel, no, hindi naman po sa pagpapalaki ng issue. We just want naman accountability. No? Just in case na, yun nga sinasabi nila, hindi ito totoo nga at baka may possibility deepfake. At least, matugunan natin ito ng maayos at ma-prove din natin. Kasi this is an international issue, no? And there are other people na nanonood at nakikinig sa atin at may mga ganitong narrative. So, we just want to know also yung accountability nung yung gumawa po nito. That's why we're asking kung meron po ba kayong knowledge personally, narinig nyo po itong audio na to, at kung how are we going to investigate on this, paano po natin malalaman, mapuprove sa public na ito pong audio recording na sinasabi ng China ay illegitimate or hindi po siya legit.
Kaya nga po, no, ang ating question dito, ma'am, nagsalita na po ukol dito. So, sana po, maliwanagan tayo at ang mga taong bayan sa totoong issue dito. Pawang propaganda ito designed to create disunity among us. Kung talaga po na meron itong nangyari according to our SME, meron pong panasipotang ang opisyalis ng Chinese Embassy dito.
Meron po ba tayong mga suggestion kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos para po ma-address itong mga issue ng mga umano'y gentleman's agreement?
Sa atin po sa Armed Forces of the Philippines, as we remain a professional organization, we follow po the chain of command, which is actually headed by our Commander-in-Chief, the President of the Philippines po. So kung ano po ang kanyang tall order for the AFP, we will abide accordingly po as the AFP protect the people and protect our state po and our sovereignty.
Nagkaroon po kasi ng kulay na right after masabi ng China na meron pong official ng AFP involved dun sa sinasabi ng allegedly audio recording, meron pong nag-leave. Yun po ay si AFP Western Command Chief Alberto Carlos, no. What can you say about this? Ano po yung rason ng kanyang leave? Kailan po siya babalik?
Mauna po sa lahat, wala pong any personnel o official po ng armed forces na meron pong right to create any agreement with any other entity. Sa ganito pong usapin, which is involving national security, overall po ang president lang po ang pwedeng makipag-agree sa ganitong mga terms, no? So hindi po yan pwede kahit sino po sa amin. Kay Vice Admiral Carlos naman po, let us respect po his decision. He filed on 3 days. Yun pong nag-assume command at acting capacity was installed in 6 May. So, nakapag-leave na po si Admiral Carlos bago pa po lumabas itong sinasabi ng China na recording na ito.
Okay. Colonel, lastly, I'd like to take this opportunity po. Today is the last day of Balikatan exercises. And I understand si General Bronner is attending that also. Ano po ang mangyayari today and ano po ang assessment natin or AFP as a whole with regards to this one of the largest Balikatan exercises ever?
Opo, sir, no? Nandito nga po tayo ngayon. Ongoing po ang ating closing ceremony. No? Meron pong mga pronouncements, itong ating mga executive po. Nandito po si SND ngayon at ang ambassador po ng US na si Ambassador Carlos.
Yes.
So, with the closing po, pinahalagahan po natin itong cooperation between like-minded nations. So this is one of the biggest Balikatan po, with 16,000 attendees and a lot of participants din po from other nations. So may 14 like-minded nations tayo who were observers and meron din po tayong participation directly po ng France, Australia. Yan po, over and above sa US and So may mga commendable remarks po ang ating chief of staff, ang ating SND. Ang binigay nga po nila, ang last words po ng SND po sa kanyang speech is, no amount of malign or persuasive can subvert our goal to an open and free Indo-Pacific can deter us from fulfilling our mission.
All right. With that, thank you very much, AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla, for joining us and for your time here on Brunch.
Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po kayo.
And okay, before we go, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
May you have a good one and
ang
for
mga
sure.
ilaw ng tahanan.
Madaming tao
ating
niyan.
mga bayani.
Madaming tao niyan on Sunday. Ingat-ingat lang po kayo.
Saludo po kami sa lahat ng mga nanay.
And thank you rin sa Buddha's Belly for the
Happy
food.
Mother's Day sa
Happy Mother's Day. Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much, Marjorie Tan, for our food today, Buddha's Belly.
Buddha's Belly.
Thank you so much. Happy Friday and happy weekend.
All right, and that wraps up today's episode of Brunch.
Join us again on Monday. I'm Angela Lagunzad Castro.
And I'm Angelo Castro III.
We are One News, all sides, all the time.